Hi, it's Beth from the Speech and Language Garden. I'm going to talk to you in this video about different types of speech sounds. You might have heard in the past about front sounds and back sounds and flowy sounds and stoppy sounds, and you want to know actually what does all that mean? Well, here we go, I'm going to tell you. First of all, I need to tell you about the different places of articulation, our speech helpers, how we as humans make sound. You can see that I'm using my mouth, I've got my lips, we also use our teeth to make some sounds, like a sound, for example. We've got the tongue tip to make a t or a d or a n sound. We've got that ridge just behind the teeth. It's called the alveolar ridge. If you pull the tip of your tongue from a th sound just behind, you can make a t or a d sound just from that ridge just behind your teeth. We've got a k and g sounds and the sound, which are made at the back of the mouth. Then we've also got our brain, which helps us to decide which speech sounds that we want to use, and that message gets sent to our speech articulators in the mouth. We've got the voice box that we can switch on for for some louder sounds, and off for a quiet sound. And then you've got the lungs as well. So all of these articulators need to work in harmony in order to help us to send out sequences of sounds that we recognise as words. So that's a little bit of science for you. So now I want to tell you about stop and flow sounds. So thinking about how the air flows up through our lungs, through our mouths, to make different sounds. You've got a p sound, where the lips come together and they stop the flow of air from the lungs, and then as the lips are released, the sound is made. So that's what we call a stop sound, because it stops the flow of the air, as opposed to a flow sound, like a sound, where that sound is made whilst the air is flowing. Okay? So there you go. All of this information is actually in a blog that's available on my website, thespeechandlanguagegarden.com. It's one of my most popular blogs, actually, especially amongst people who work in early years with children, because this is where the majority of speech sound difficulties get picked up. So I've told you about stop and flow sounds. Also, remember our articulators, and I told you about front sounds and back sounds, like a t and d sound are front sounds. They're made at the front of the mouth with the front of the tongue, and k and g sounds are made at the back. The way that you can tell that there's a problem with children is if they're using replacement sounds. For example, if they say tat instead of cat because they've used a t sound instead of a k sound, you can hear, although that's a hard one to hear actually, the difference between a k and a t. But you can hear that they're producing the wrong sound. They might say I am poor instead of I am for, because they've used a p sound, they've used a stop sound instead of a flowy sound. Another difficulty that you can look for with children is if they're using a t sound instead of a s sound. Again, another stop and flow sound. So those are some ideas there for you. Available on the website to help you to pinpoint what sounds are difficult is the speech sounds screener. That's under the resources tab. If all of this is really interesting to you and you want to train up your staff if you work in an early years setting or in a school, then I have a course that's available for you on the website under the online courses. All of my courses are available anytime. They're all pre-recorded. You just pop in your password, log in, and off you go. And they're all self-directed as well, so you can really work flexi time to follow the courses along. And there's also no limit on the amount of times you access the courses. So if you have some children in a year's time and you still want to know what's going on with their speech sound difficulties, then you're always welcome to log into the course there as well. So if you have any questions or queries, then do please just give me a call. Don't do that. Send me an email. You can send me an email at speechandlanguagegarden@gmail.com. You can contact me via the website. You can also contact me on my social media pages as well. Just look for the Speech and Language Garden in the search page. Okay, I'll see you next time.